welcome back to Agents of Damned, our D&D Let's Play podcast featuring myself, your sometimes benevolent, often malevolent Dungeon Master, Jordan Roman. And, as always, I am joined by my fellow players.
Hi guys, I'm Katie, and I play Saith.
Hey everyone, I'm Christina, and I play Wintera.
And I'm Drew McLean, and by Bahamut's beautiful boardwalk billies, I play the good Dr. Arlo Agon.
My god, he has so many, just so much capital.
He's a real estate mogul.
And you are a war domain cleric?
What is real estate but war with property?
Conquering the market.
Remind me to never play Monopoly with you.
I hope we have at least one fan who's a real estate agent, and then there's clapping yes.
That was for you, Insurance Ted.
Insurance Ted. We said, oh, we have a real estate agent. Yes, Insurance Ted.
Just to show how into that world I am. So, recap?
Yes.
Please.
Yes.
Do it.
Alright, cool. Last time, the agents and the Fun Pals examined the statue of Vincent the Divine. While initially believing the statue was depicting Ash, Frieden noted that it was odd that a dragon would have a non-draconic name. As most of the team searched for any additional clues about the gnolls or Ash, Wintera contacted Ryan to inform her that the Fun Pals had been found, and of the statue. When Wintera mentioned the name of Vincent the Divine, Ryan became oddly silent, claiming not only that despite the appearance, the statue was not of Ash, but also that she knew who Vincent truly was. After ending the call, both teams flew out of the ravine and back into the ruins proper. However, they found that the caverns were completely abandoned. Upon reaching the entrance of the ruins, they were ambushed by a lone gnoll named Sniffs. After quickly restraining him, they began the lengthy and largely fruitless process of interrogating him. Despite how dense Sniffs was, they did eventually manage to learn that Ash had spoken with the gnoll leader, Immor, and used a dark crystal to force his compliance in his plans. However, they were not able to determine where Immor and the gnolls had gone. Despite the setback, Arlo mentioned that he had a contact in the capital city of Dyrad Thymar that might be able to help them track the wayward gnolls and the stones. The contact was his aunt, Snapdra Agon, who was the head of the stealth force for the Draconic military. They managed to meet with Snapdra, and, despite Arlo's disguise, she was able to ascertain the identity of her nephew quickly. After playing the role of quirky aunt, Snapdra was then ready to help the agents and the Fun Pals to track down the missing gnolls. And thus we resume our tale. So you guys are all still in the office with Snapdra, and she has just said that she is ready to get down to work. However, she then immediately leans in and says, "Alright, so I have a couple ideas on how we might be able to find your lost mutts, both of which involve your slobbery little friend over there," and she points over to Sniffs. Now, I would be remiss to say that getting the entirety of the stealth force to look into this matter would be a, how should I put this, long drawn out and tedious process that I imagine y'all don't want to have to go through.
I mean, I'd imagine you could probably, put together a team of, people that you trust to run through something.
I mean, the thing about it is I'd have to go through, all the official paperwork and all that stuff, and that just takes fucking forever. But that does not mean I cannot help you. I instead have some other people that would be more backdoorsy, shall we say, that I think would be able to help. Now, first things first, I need to double check on this. How urgent is this exactly? Is it just a as soon as possible, or is it a you have a deadline type deal? Like, what are we looking with here? Because that does change a few things.
We have a deadline of that the longer these people are at large, the greater likelihood that some catastrophic type shenanigans might occur.
Okay, so sooner rather than later, but no immediate deadline. Got it. Perfect! So, I got one of two people I think might be able to help out with this. The first is an old drinking buddy of mine. She came down from the northern part of the empire. She was over by the church. She could probably like probe our little friend's mind here, and she goes over to Sniffs and like pinches his cheeks, and he just kind of lets it happen. And not gonna lie, given the way his head's probably say more hollow than a dried out cactus, I don't know we'd get the most precise information out of that, but it might give us a hint in the right direction, and it'd be relatively quick. But I also happen to have someone else that might be able to, how should I say, fill his empty little head and make him a little bit more useful than just a vague hint. They'd be able to basically make him, let's say, reasonably intelligent, and he might be able to actually help us answer some questions without all the ums and uhs, and maybe even lead us to where they all are. I don't know. The only catch about that one is it'd take a little bit longer, like probably most of the day, but I mean, hey, if you want to go sightseeing?
As tempting as it is to go sightseeing, literally everyone that I've run into that actually knows me has figured out my disguise very easily, so we're probably going to want to keep things pretty tight here.
Well, I mean, you could always just, like, not go to people who know you.
That's true, but, I don't know. It's kind of like that, you ever gone to the supermarket and just kind of ran into someone who knew you from high school or something, and you're like, ah, shit. I feel like one of those might happen.
Well, we could go back and check on your friend who was wanting your help that you ignored earlier and told me to ignore.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I mean, yeah, well, I guess we could help Cal out there.
Arlo, honestly, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this. I'm a little disappointed to hear that.
What? He was fine.
Was he?
Yeah, it's just it was a minor disturbance in the town square.
She cocks her eyebrow further. Was he?
He was definitely maybe gonna be fine.
Uh-huh.
I'll go help him.
Well, hold on. What do we want to do with the gnoll?
I mean, do we really need him?
If you didn't need him, why the hell did you bring him?
I mean, we definitely need him to figure this out. So, alright, who are you thinking for option A, and who are you thinking for option B?
No one you know. The names wouldn't mean anything.
Well, which one of them do you, I guess, trust more to keep things close to the vest?
I trust both. I've known them both for... Look, Arla, let me explain this to you as best I can. Neither one is a bad option. It's just the first person, my drinking buddy, will give you a more immediate, vague answer, and that's kind of where the help ends. The other person will take all day, but they'll be able to make our drooling, dribbling idiot friend here actually maybe a little bit useful going forward. Depends on what you want. Immediate, maybe helpful results, or long-term, probably helpful results.
Then I guess we'll have to take the time to get things done properly. We can't really risk vague helpful. We've already kind of got vague helpful going on with this one here, and he kind of like taps on the top of his head, and it makes a hollow gourd sound.
He is currently chewing on his own leg, and he looks up at you and just kind of smiles with leg in mouth.
Honestly, I don't know what I expected from you, but alright.
Where are we going?
To Gnoll Candyland.
Oh, why are you even bothering to lie to him? He doesn't know shit. Let's go. As she makes her way over to the door, she stops real quick. It's like, one other thing that I almost forgot. We are going to be taking the long way around. Hope that's not a big deal.
Well, I suppose everything else has already happened today. Might as well.
Well, I just figured you probably wouldn't want to go by your old military academy, was all.
Yeah, I would prefer to avoid that.
Yeah, figured you would, especially since they happen to have a special guest speaker today. My sister.
Ooh, nope.
I had a feeling as such. Just wanted to make sure we were on the same page as that when we go the long way around.
Very much so.
Alright, let's go! She guides you guys outside of the barracks and, as she said, basically along the perimeter of the city. As she does this, she pulls out a speaking stone and kind of whispers into it. It is quieter than any of you guys would be reasonably able to hear. Mostly because of her time spent in the stealth corps. She's pretty good about keeping that stuff very, very quiet. So, as you guys make your way along, you eventually come across a gate, and at this gate, you see a hooded figure. And Snapdra raised up a hand, like, alright, hold up, this is my contact, let me just go, let him know what's going on. I mean, he has a general idea, but, you know, specifics, all that stuff, just make sure he's cool. He's a little, stabby? I don't know. He says it runs in his bloodline or something. I'll just let him know what's up.
What a coincidence.
That sounds familiar.
Arlo immediately looks directly at Safe.
What a coincidence.
Like I said, bloodlines. And she walks over. I want y'all to give me a quick perception check.
First roll of the day.
Go on, say it. Just say it. Get it over with. Rip the band-aid off.
Is a natural 20.
I'm gonna go down and burn those dice.
Does it matter what we rolled?
I mean, I got a 22, but...
I got a 25.
No, it super doesn't, because the fact that the 22 is the shittiest one means no, it really doesn't fucking matter. Christ,
Tell us his true identity, Jordan. Tell us his shoe size. Tell us what kind of ice cream he enjoys.
What the fuck do you think perception does?
I was just... You know that joke of the person who rolls a natural 20, like, investigation or whatever, and they're just like, tell me what tell me what he smells like. Tell me his third grade algebra teacher.
You see his birth certificate. So you all watch as Snapdra goes over to talk to this hooded figure, and you're able to all three of you are able to see under the hood.
And oh my god, it's Sir Elton John.
Damn it.
No.
No.
The Rocket Man himself.
Yeah, shockingly, no, that was not the surprise reveal I was going for. What you do see, though, does both surprise and confuse you. Because under the hood is 7.
What?
Well then.
But is it 7?
Do y'all walk over and talk to him?
I yell out, 7, what the fuck?
He looks up and his eyebrow is raised slightly. He then says something to Snapdra and then walks over to you guys and says, I'm sorry, I believe you seem to have me confused with someone else. Though I am quite curious, how is it that you fine folks know my brother?
He is in our chess club.
Poetry slam.
Also that. Poetry chess, you should try it. It is very good exercise for the mind.
Well, one of those makes a lot more sense than the other. He always did sort of admire my own poetic ability, if you will. Oh, forgive me, I have forgotten my manners. He extends out a hand. I am 4.
It's nice to meet you.
Likewise.
I have many questions.
And hopefully I have some answers. What are your questions?
Why are you both named after numbers?
Oh, it is our birth order.
I'm sorry.
7 of you, that's a lot of children.
That is a lot of children.
Is it?
I didn't realize it was that bizarre. To be fair, we were not exactly born under normal circumstances, though. To be fair, I suppose we do come from a rather large family. Most people don't have 11 siblings.
That's even greater than 7.
Did you think he was the youngest?
You know, I can definitely see him being a middle child.
He is one of many by the very nature of our... You know, it's funny. It feels wrong saying birthing or... I'm sorry, Snapdra, is this okay if we have this conversation? And he looks over at Snapdra, and she just waves out like, yeah, it's fine. Do whatever you gotta do where you got time. I was like, excellent. Anyway, as I was saying, I hope I'm not... I realize you all came for some assistance. I hope it's not too bothersome to have this conversation. No one asks.
Oh no, this shit is real juicy. Keep going.
I'm really into this deep lore shit, please.
I am not sober enough for this.
Me neither, get over it.
I'm already 3 deep, dog.
What a coincidence.
Why?
How much has Seven told you of our lineage, exactly?
All of none.
Really, honestly, nothing.
Because he's very, I guess as you said, stabby?
He looks over to Snapdra and she just shrugs. I prefer not to refer to us as that, but I suppose we do all have somewhat of a bit of a bloodlust in us, though I suppose that can't really be helped given who our... Again, it feels weird saying this, but I guess father is? Seven and I are part of a disbanded organization that is known as the 12 Pieces of the Nine. We are not like most tieflings, and he motions over to Saith when he says that. I assume you have memories of your parents, yes?
Oh. Yeah.
Not gonna lie, it didn't occur to me till after I said that how fucked up that was.
Everyone in the group just like cringes like, ooh. Let's change the subject there, buddy.
Oh. Apologies, I did not realize.
It's okay.
Well, you're smiling, so I have no reason to doubt you on that one.
Faith just like her cheeks are kind of like a little bit of a darker gray purple, and like she like pulls up her hood and just kind of like pulls up her mask and just kind of disappears into her cloak.
It's the closest to a frown she's gotten in years.
Arlo just kind of pats her on the head.
Anyway, as I was saying, I again apologize, I did not realize. We do not have parents in the traditional sense. We were all made, if that makes sense.
Oh, you guys are like clones or something.
I suppose clone would be clone is actually a perfect word for that. I had never thought of that one. Yes, we are all clones of the same spawn, essentially. We were all different attempts at recreating our source. Save. Would you do me a favor and roll me a history check real quick?
19.
As he is talking about, like, this source that he and Seven were spawned from, something kind of clicks for you. There's always been something about Seven that just seemed eerily familiar to you, but you could never quite place it. You were never sure what it was, because you know you'd never met him before Silvery Moon, or even before when you came back from Neverwinter.
For the love of Jesus, don't
Jesus
do
does not
this.
exist in this world. He's not among the Pantheon.
Don't do this. It doesn't have to be this way.
I am sorry, my child. I'm afraid it must.
Are you kidding me right now?
There is only one other devil creature you can think of with bleached white skin. And you've met him before. Something seems to be troubling you, sensitive tiefling girl, who I accidentally offended earlier. I apologize for that again, to the 5th time, I think. Is everything alright? I don't believe I've said anything offensive lately.
I think I need to go throw up. I'll be over here. Listening, but not here.
Oh, okay. He looks to, Arlo and they're like, is this normal? I feel like I'm messing up a lot. And
You just kind of accidentally hit, you accidentally hit all of the worst spots all at once, I think.
Oh.
It would be like if you had a troublesome history in 2 separate occasions with, scorpions and sangria, and someone brought up scorpion sangria to you, and you were just like, no, man, none of that.
We actually have a bar nearby that has scorpion sangria. That was not the point you were trying to make. I apologize.
Make sure not to get it in your hair.
When Tara goes over and, not looking at the vomit, but is, rubbing Saith on the back, it's okay. It's okay. Let it out.
At this point, Snapdra...
What is Snapdra doing as this unfolds?
Oh no, Snapdra comes back. I was like, okay, so I think I've let you have enough of your little chit-chat for now. We did come over here for a purpose, so if you can quit, patronizing them, intentionally or otherwise, and we can get on with this. I do still have a lot of work to do, so if we can go ahead and just do the thing now, please. Thank you for...
Moving on would be a great thing for me now. Please, yes, thank you.
What the hell did you say to her? I don't know. You said you had someone you needed awakened?
Oh, yes, here he is. This is Sniff, and I kind of just, push him forward.
Oh, my, he does appear to be lesser.
Yeah, he is, very stupid. Almost as if professionally so.
His eyes are going in opposite directions.
Do we really want to make him smarter? Are we sure?
I'm imagining a fly flies into one of his ear holes and then flies out of the other fucking ear hole.
Boy.
Are we sure we want him to be smarter? Because this sounds like a great character just in general.
It's probably temporary.
What do you think Awaken does?
It isn't temporary. I forgot about the spell Awaken.
Yeah, no, this would be super permanent.
We can figure out a way to make him dumb again later.
Oh my fuck.
It'll
be our side quest to make Sniffs dumb again, so he'll be fun.
Isn't that what Gios does?
No, I think Feeble Mind.
Yeah, there's other spells that make you stupid.
Hey, Ford, do you also know Feeble Mind?
Oh, no, that is far beyond my current capabilities. Awaken is probably the most advanced spell I have been able to figure out thus far.
Okay, well, just... Maybe, later on, if you, know anyone that knows Feeble Mind,
That is, I believe, a 7th level spell. That is a big ask.
I have to ask. I don't know your life. I'm just, I gotta ask.
I mean, that is entirely fair, I suppose. I wasn't expecting to meet acquaintances of one of my brothers, so... There's that, I suppose.
I fully did not know that, Seven had brothers. I assumed that, his name was, something generic like Ben, and he went to Damned and, had 6 other Bens, and he was like, well, I guess you could just call me Ben number 7, and it just got shortened to 7.
Oh, no. There's a grand total of 12 of us. We're all throughout the land of Faerun. We've kind of, after our organization disbanded, we decided to just, make our own lives. Our creator was no longer around to, tell us what to do, so we just did what we wanted.
The Coalition of County Boys.
So, I do have a question. Your creator, so he isn't, the one that you're cloned after, right?
Oh, no. Just some, drow scientist. He's not a threat to anyone, I promise you.
So the one that you're cloned after, he's still kicking?
I mean, I suppose. It really depends on what you consider to be beings not native of this plane to be? I mean, could someone in the Nine Hells really be considered alive or dead? It's a complicated nuance, I suppose.
I hate every part of this. All right, let's do other things.
Would either of us know what Asmodeus looks like?
Nope.
Ooh, tension.
So do you leave him? Do you leave Sniffs with this guy?
I say we leave Sniffs with 4, and then we kind of like we as kindly as we can see him off because we threatened to kill him a lot, and that probably wasn't very nice.
If you're referring to Sniffs, he does not remember.
Oh my god.
You're giving him too much credit.
Oh, Winterra, as they're leaving, does give him like a piece of jerky
Ooh.
from her pocket.
I want someone to cast like read thoughts or something on like Sniffs, and it's just jug band music.
Oh no, I have something in mind. Would anyone like to, if they have read thoughts?
Well, I don't think any of us do.
I don't think any of us do now.
Well, that's tragic. That dies with me then. So, 4 walks off with Sniffs. He says he will bring him back to Snapdra's office by the end of the day. So you guys, for all intents and purposes, have the day to do anything else you would like to do.
Cry.
Okay, Saith goes and cries for 8 hours.
We popping around like hour 4, and we're like, "You good?" She's like,
Oh god.
Still smiling.
Oh no.
No. She's good.
Define good.
I mean, thinking about her parents sucks, but I mean, it was 30 years ago. There's not really much she can do about it.
She got to chip her up by instead thinking of Asmodeus.
Yeah, I think we fly back over to Cal.
Or walk?
Oh, before we, I think we flew because we flew over before with the nightmares, right?
No.
Oh no, we took your birds. Your yeah, not the birds. Your dinosaur. So I guess we gotta walk, yeah. But before we go, I should probably like see off my aunt and just like hey just if anything should come up where like you hear through the grapevine that a certain someone might be moving location from the old military academy, maybe try to head them off if you have the ability.
You want me to hold her off so you can do what exactly?
Just like, if it seems like she's going to intercept me or run into me, maybe like gently push her in a different direction or something of that nature.
Snapdra claps her hands on your shoulder and says, "Alright, Arlie, listen to me. The literal only reason I knew it was you was because you mentioned that you were from Damned, and I myself am part of an intelligence agency and fully knew the roster for Damned. It is not a big organization. There are 2 Dragonborn operatives. You are one of them. Was not hard for me to figure out. Visually, I could have never guessed."
Okay, I just wanted to be sure.
I will. If I see her, I will take her out to TGI Fridays or some shit. I don't know. So I guess just don't go there. But, like, I don't think it's gonna be as big of an issue as you think it is. Just don't go, like, looking for her, and, if you do run into her, don't say anything that might give her even the slightest hint that it's you. Like, I know she's kind of smash first, ask questions, probably never, but she also ain't stupid, so just, just don't talk to her, I guess. You have 2 other people here that can do that instead. Like, she don't have any reason to talk to you. So, you guys just make a beeline over to the gate?
Yeah, sure, why not?
And you're just going to walk? You're not going to try and, like, gather any, like, get any other kind of potential travel? Not going to use any other resources you guys might have to get there?
Well, what do I know as far as, like, public transportation in the town? I'm sure I would be familiar with it.
You are familiar with one of two potential means of getting to Ruinspoke. The first is the same way that you got there the first time, which is by carriage. That would take you maybe a couple of hours. The other form of transportation that you would be aware of is the train. That one departs to... There's a train yard that would go to pretty much every major city within the Thymander Empire every hour on the hour, and it would take you maybe a few minutes to get there. So it's definitely the faster route. That one would cost you a little bit of gold is the only thing.
Obviously, we want to get some bicycles and bicycle over there.
I did not say bicycles. I don't know if you caught that one.
No, I'm kidding. We should take the train.
Alright, so you guys head on over to the train yard. It is 10 gold a piece. So each of you dock 10 gold, or one of you ante up 30. Take your pick, I don't care.
I have like $11,000, so yeah, I got it.
Joke's on you, dollars are worthless in Faerun!
Fair enough.
You guys board onto the train. It's one of like those like old-timey, very early on train, like think Old West style trains, just steam powered.
I think the word you're looking for is a locomotive.
Probably. Like many things I attempt to describe in this podcast, I am not good with trains. Maybe I should research that for my prep instead. I don't know. Anyway, so you guys make your way back over to the town of Ruinspoke. As you get there, it is far quieter than when you flew overhead quite some time ago. You can assume that in the time you met with your aunt and settled all that and got back, Cal was able to, like, probably take care of that. They're just two kobolds. It would not be super hard for a dragonborn and a couple demons to be able to take care of that.
Do we see, like, Cal around there?
After you realize the town square was largely cleared out, you'd probably head over to the town hall, which would be the one of the more likely spots he would be at. And you see him talking with Kane, the demon that serves as the drill sergeant there. And as he's talking with Kane, he salutes him and turns around to walk off, spots you, and beelines towards you. What the fuck?
Well, hello, Mr. Dara. How are you today?
What's your AC?
20, bitch.
Shieldless. I don't believe you're holding a shield right now.
You don't know that?
Are you holding a shield right now?
Yes.
Don't lie to me.
No.
Okay, what's it?
18.
Thank you. So tell me, Drew, do you remember the first campaign I was with on you guys, where our characters met and my first instinct was to kick you?
Yep.
And I crit on you?
Yep.
Sweet memories.
Oh no.
You take 8 points of bludgeoning damage as he punches you in the face.
Is there a way to modify the command spell slightly to do a different command than like what it like says on the spell directly?
Nothing that's gonna be able to stop you from getting punched in the face, but go on.
Like, what if I could command someone to drop something, but what I wanted them to drop was a deuce in their pants?
No.
I want to command him to prove himself.
Take your lumps.
I want to take my lumps, but I also want to look at him and magically say, poop yourself.
Can
He poops himself.
You are going to take your lumps. He is not going to produce any. All right, move
can-
on.
Wait. Can Saith use suggestion to tell Cal to punch himself?
You get that once a day. Are we really doing this?
You could make him poop himself. You can make him poop himself.
Are we doing this?
No, we shouldn't. We really shouldn't.
Okay, all right. Moving on.
All right.
I'm gonna be so angry when I get to editing this episode.
All right, so I take the punch and I go, ugh, that was weak.
Uh-huh, yeah, okay. Well, apparently it was about as weak as your fucking ears. Do you not hear me? Or the fucking little kobolds making a ruckus out of everything? I needed your help. Alright? Took me over an hour to get them little shits to move.
Oh, boo-hoo, you had to work for a whole hour, oh no.
Hey, look, this ain't my department, alright? I'm not supposed to be here. The only reason I'm here is because of y'all, and you just freaking abandon everything. I don't know what y'all are up to. He looks down and sees the front. I was like, I see you found your friends, though. Thanks for letting me know on that one, dick.
Well, we had some very time-sensitive things to deal with at the moment. And it seemed like you had that on lockdown.
I super did not, and you know it.
But did you die, though?
Did you?
Nope.
I did on the inside.
She did. She died on the inside. And she threw up.
Look,
She's had a rough day. She's not complaining.
I am not talking to her.
Cal, let's go get a drink, man.
I don't have time for a drink, alright? I'm basically stuck here doing Kane's job because he's busy working on this fucking delivery thing. I can't get him to do his fucking job, so instead I gotta do it because y'all are off doing God knows what, looking for these guys. Still here for some reason, even though you found them. I guess you're helping them with their shit. I don't fucking know. No one tells me nothing. All I know is I gotta do Kane shit because he's busy trying to import fucking weapons for these guys.
What is Kane importing and for who?
He's got like a shipment of like new military grade tech coming in so we can help train the newbies and shit. I don't know.
Is that the usual way of things?
I mean, again, it's new stuff, so no, it's not like we get stuff in, but it's usually just like standard shit. But this is like different. This is like newer stuff. Like it's going to become standard, but it's not yet.
I will ask an out-of-character question. Jordan, am I chasing an actual plot point, or am I, like, attacking you for something that was meant to be flavor?
Maybe we keep going with the scene. Maybe you find out. I believe someone else had a question that may help.
Yeah, so when Tara ponders for a second and she says, well, we have a few hours before we have to go do anything again. Is there anything we can help with now?
I mean, not at this point. At this point, maybe it's like stick around and maybe something will come up. I don't know. Wintera, at this point, you feel something at your leg. You look down and you notice that it is frightened and he is like desperately trying to get y'all's attention. Excuse me. Perhaps he seems to be dealing with some stuff. Perhaps we could go and talk really quickly. Something has just occurred to me is that maybe we should address for, our mission.
Yep, 1 second, guys.
Wintera, do you go over alone or do you drag anyone else with you?
I drag Safe.
Okay. So, Saith and Wintera, you are over with Fryden. Arlo, you, Knifin, and P are still over harassing Cal.
To, like, set the scene in the background, there's, like, they're arguing loudly, like, waving their hands around, and at some point Arlo, like, takes Cal's helmet and then starts playing Keep Away with it with the other Friday Night Fun Pal members.
You would have fit in perfectly.
Oh, God.
So, something has just occurred to me is that there might be a potential problem. The fact that they are bringing in weapons, and we happen to be looking for someone who has recently acquired not only power, but a reasonable amount of intelligence, and based on the vague recollections we could get from our mangy friend, also seems to have someone that may be influencing their actions, so maybe we figure out when this particular delivery is happening, and just so we have a more concrete timeline, because I cannot prove that this is a thing, but my gut instinct is telling me that this is really, really bad, and we should probably do something about that, because gnolls with weapons is worse than gnolls that are smart.
Yeah. So do you think we should try to go find this guy that he said Kane? Saith, what do you think?
Guys, I gotta be honest, I zoned hard. I zoned mad hard.
Sucks to be you.
Sure.
Saith is just...
Yes.
Say, so what do you think? Saith is taking a huge ass drag off of a fucking giant spliff.
Yes.
Like, yeah, bro, whatever. Fucking, yeah.
I think life sucks and I've checked out.
She's eating Forngal's mushrooms from a little baggie.
Like, what do you think, Saith? I think I can smell colors, dude. Did you ever think about, like, how your hands are just, like, weird little arms?
Alright. So when Tara looks over, Saith isn't helpful. When Tara looks back down to Friday and is crouching down, she's like, yeah, I think this is going to be an interesting thing no matter what. So we gotta figure that out. Alright. Do you think it would be easier to get the information out of the frantic one, or to just go try to find the other guy?
He looks, like, over you, or I guess to the side of you, at the tomfoolery that is happening as Arlo, Knifen, and P all toss Cal's helmet aside like a football as Cal desperately tries to get it back. It's like, something is telling me that perhaps he may not be super cooperative given the harassment he is currently receiving, so perhaps Monsieur Kane would be the better option in this case.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, let's go collect the others and go find him.
I just hope that the demon man is feeling talkative and not how demons usually are.
How are they normally?
Like hungry beasts.
When Tara thinks about that for a second...
It was something I thought you'd understand.
When Tara thinks about that for a second, she's like, oh, I don't like that.
He is motivated by instinct and willing to destroy whatever it takes in order to get what they want.
I feel like I should be offended about that.
Well, I mean, you have some humanity to you, so you are not fully animal.
She just narrows her eyes at him, and then she goes over to go collect Arlo.
He gives you a big grin as you turn away.
As she collects Arlo, Arlo, like, bowls Cal's helmet back to him.
As soon as you said, like, collects Arlo, I just imagine you just go up, like, scoop him under your arm and walk out.
Why are we so inconsistent about how large Wintera is or is not?
To be fair, I never implied size. I imagine Wintera as short, unshifted, and that makes it funnier to me.
Oh my god. So, yeah, she goes to collect Arlo, she waves at Cal, and she says, thanks for entertaining him, Cal. Where's Kane at right now?
He's over by the fucking train yard, I think. I don't know.
Okay, thanks. Bye, Cal.
Fuck you.
Goodbye, Cal.
Cal, you, me, drink, later.
Yeah, fine, fuck it, whatever.
Cool.
Alright, so you guys make your way over towards the train yard where you see Kane speaking with a demon that is known as a mantis. It looks kind of like this green ape dog thing, like with really long arms that almost drag on the ground as it walks. But it is in, like, full train conductor attire.
Oh, he's talking to the conductor of the locomotive?
More or less.
Oh, fun fact, everyone. Make sure that you don't confuse the train locomotive with a locomotive, which is just a crazy reason for doing something.
So anyway, they're talking.
Yes, they are talking. What do you guys do as I contemplate Drew's death?
I mean, I think we're just, like, cool enough with him to just talk to him. We did prove ourselves against his trial, even though he doesn't know who I am.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, Frieden had told me and Saith that we should probably try to figure out the timing. That's what he said, right? The timing on the shipment.
That is what he said. I will also toss out one other thing. Arlo, you may remember a couple episodes back as you headed off into the desert to find the ruins, you did shout out in your normal voice, and I did a perception check that you still don't know what the result of was.
I hate you so very, very much.
So you assume he does not know.
Yeah, so, I think for right this second we may want to try to lay low and gather information, and then maybe walk up to him later.
Alright, so roll for sneaky sneak.
Yeah, go ahead, roll a nat 20 or some shit, I don't know.
Plus 20. Dirty.
Wow, that's almost shameful for you.
I know.
Oh, wow, that's pretty fucking solid. But he still does not see you. What do you do?
I listen in.
Yay, I get to roleplay with myself now. You're sure that it'll be here on schedule and there won't be an issue with the rift, right? Of course. Look, Kane, I'm telling you, it's gonna be fine. We've done this before, just like when we bring the people over from the Abyss. We know when to keep the portal open and not open, okay? It's going to be fine. We'll get the weapons in, no problem. I'll be here. We got the other people on the other side that'll take care of everything. It'll be good, alright? It'll get here. And you know when it needs to happen, right? Yeah, I know, alright? It's gonna be happening in 3 days, first thing in the morning. It'll be here, no problem. Alright? So that is what you overhear. Well,
I'm gonna go relay that to my crew.
Okay, so let me clarify the way that I word that, 'cause I may not have been super clear. This is something that, like, I've not stated in canon yet, but it was in, like, the little document that I sent you guys about the history of the Dragonborn. The town of Ruinspoke, as I have stated, though, serves like a refugee town for demons. However, the reason there are even demon refugees in the first place is because the Abyss underwent sort of, let's say, change in management. The demon lords of old, the ones that you might find in Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes, like Grast, Demogorgon, those kind of guys, they were defeated by a different band of demons who have become the new demon lords. And their rule has caused some of the demons that swore allegiance to the previous lords to be worse than what it already was in the Abyss. So, to get away from the persecution of the new lords, several demons fled to the material plane. And this train station, when it's not transporting materials from the various cities of the Time-Anther Empire, also serves as a sort of underground railroad from demons from the Abyss into the material plane. So what they're referring to is them turning off the portal to the Abyss when the weapons show up, so they don't accidentally send weapons to the Abyss.
So you made a literal underground railroad?
I mean, it's not really underground as much as it is trans-dimensional, but, you know, however you want to look at it.
Nice.
And they said it was in the morning in 3 days that this was happening.
So for the sake of the timeline, you have today, tomorrow, and then one more day afterwards, and then the following morning is when the train is scheduled to arrive. So you have the rest of the day, and then 2 other days before the train arrives.
That's like background knowledge that, like, I assume Arlo would at least generally have. Is it normal for them to be getting, like, weapons from the demon-y portal thing?
Again, it's not coming from the demons. It's stuff that has been made. Like, these are new weapons that were crafted in, like, the capital city. They're material plane weaponry, just more advanced than anything that's been created thus far. And so they just need to make sure that it doesn't accidentally go in the hands of evil maniacal demons.
Okay. So Ryan had said to call her back when we knew more information about the gnolls, right?
That sounds like something she would have said, yes.
I just am trying to make sure that we're not calling her too often or too little.
We should probably, like, call Ryan, update her, and then turn in for the night.
Or go collect our friend.
We have to wait a day.
No, he said later tonight.
Oh, then yeah, let's call Ryan and go collect our dude.
Which one of you is calling her?
I think it's Saith's turn.
Maybe not. I might not be the best person to do that.
Hey, you're in great state of mind.
I think, like, Arlo, like, starts to go, like, well, Saith could, and Saith is like a shell of herself, and like, oh, yeah, not that. Okay, just me then. And I guess Arlo calls Ryan.
Alright. So, you pause us. Ryan speaking.
Hello, Miss Delmeriv. It is Sal Amanda, here to report in.
Alright, I forgot you were doing this. Yes, please, your report.
I guess we would call him I don't want to call him a prisoner, that sounds very negative, but, our informant, yes, our informant that we took into protective, custody. We have, brought him to a specialist that will, help us extract more, information from him via awakening his, not-so-good mind. We have also ascertained some information about a possible, target that might be the target of the gnolls that we're going to continue to follow up on from there. We will be recollecting our informant tonight to get more information there, and we will also be keeping an eye on said target.
What exactly is said target?
We believe it may be the new weapon shipment, coming in 3 days' time.
New weapon shipment?
Have we no records of this?
We don't usually get shipment records unless it is something of note, unless... Of course not. It would appear that certain entities would like to keep this information under wraps and not adequately reported. I did not have any information on this.
I'm sure the paperwork just got away from them. The Council of Iron would never let that go unreported.
Well, I am glad you have such faith in them.
Of course I do. Do you not?
I'd like to remind you which side of the mountain I live on.
Understood.
Right. Is there anything else that you need to report?
Oh, we met Seven's brother.
Oh. Let's see. You're in Time Hunter, so... 4?
Yep, we met 4.
When Tara, sneaks over and gets unusually close to the rock, and she's like, is there any more news about that Vincent guy?
That might take some time for me to confirm my suspicions on. My, source on that is not exactly willing to speak on it frequently. I don't know if that will be something that I'll be able to obtain for you all by the time you return from this particular mission. But I will do what I can to acquire that information for you once I am able.
Gotcha. And then she backs away slowly from the rock.
Vintera is getting much better about understanding the speaking stone.
I somehow doubt that.
No, she talked into the stone this time instead of a random rock. She's getting there, slowly but surely.
Yes, but I could tell how close she was. There was a lot of popping.
And a podcaster's only joke.
That one was for us.
I kind of feel a little bit called out.
No, not at all. You're just someone who doesn't know pop screen. Anyway.
Well, if that is everything you have to report, I will leave you all to it. I trust that you will be able to protect this target and acquire the fugitive in a timely manner. Ryan out.
And Call goes dead.
I guess we chill for a while until it's time to go grab our bud. Unless anyone else had anything in particular they wanted to do.
Wintera is looking for a scarf for a bookworm or a plant to bring back to her.
Okay, you remember how we just said about how we're eating the mic? Can I get that one
Yes,
more again,
that was
please? But not that close, please. That was horrid to listen to.
Once more, but this time do it good.
I said, Wintera is looking for a scarf for bookworm or a cactus to bring back to her.
Either one is doable.
And adorable.
What does Wintera think Bookworm would appreciate more? A new scarf or a spiky plant?
I want to go with the spiky plant.
God, I love Wintera so much.
Wait. Can I inject a small headcanon that I just thought of?
What is that?
Against my better judgment.
Most little cactuses that you can buy in Thymander will be wearing little cowboy hats.
Denied.
Oh, come on.
If you're in the capital city, I'll consider it. Not in Ruinspoke.
I want... So the reason she would want a cactus is because they are spiky, and so they would have, you know, an automatic, like, defense mechanism, and she's just like, yes, they are very cool and spiky, and you don't want to touch them because they'll hurt you, but they look cool, and they have flowers sometimes.
You know, I was trying to wrap my mind around why the fuck Wintera would think this is a good gift, but then I remembered half the reason you gave Bookworm the fucking flower from your little garden patch is because of how poisonous it is, so all of a sudden this all checks out.
Tara's gifts are both, like, sweet on a surface level and also, like, slightly, like, alarming if you dig any deeper. Like, this cactus is small and cute, but also could be used as a useful bludgeoning implement.
Wintera's the kind of person who unironically gifts decorative knives to people who do not collect knives.
You can make this bigger and throw it at someone. It would make a very good instrument for damage.
Oh my lord.
Aim for their eyes.
Would anyone like to join Wintera as she goes cactus hunting in the desert?
I would actually like to make a small aside to, like, Wintera. Wintera, so you know that spell that you cast on us before that made us, extra stealthy?
Yes.
Do you have that, prepared today?
Yes.
Could you possibly spare that to cast upon me?
You'd have to stay close to me for it to work.
Alright, never mind. We can do something with it later.
Why? What's your plan?
I kind of wanted to, like, have Arlo, like, while under Pass Without Trace, like, sneak up to, like, his old house and just kind of see how it's doing from afar.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my.
Fuck the cactus hunting. Let's do that.
Forget my girlfriend. We need to break your fucking heart. Oh my god. Fuck me. Saith, did you have anything you wanted to do in place of this emotional trauma?
No, I'm sorry.
No, you're not. Don't lie to me. So you guys make your way back over. Along the way, you do your little cactus hunting. You find some wild dinosaurs. It's real cool. You take pictures if cameras existed, but you know. And you make your way back to the city, and Arlo leads you guys over towards the housing district where he lived. At this point, you would have cast Pass Without Trace, and now is where I will ask you guys to make your stealth checks.
How does a 30 do?
23?
27.
I don't even know why I'm bothering to look at this thing up that I'm doing, but, you know, just in case somehow.
Oh wait, did you cast your stealth spell?
Yeah,
What does that add? Like 10?
10.
37.
Yeah, no, shockingly, no living creature can see any of you.
Hooray!
Welcome to the Void Dimension.
Oh yeah, and my hood has been up this whole time, so...
That means fucking nothing! We're moving on. So yeah, you guys blend into the shadows, the alleyways, whatever you need to, and you go virtually undetected as you head over to your house. And you do find it, and it's more or less exactly how you remember it. It's a stone house. It's very dwarvish in nature. That is a very common aesthetic in this part of town. As I had mentioned when you guys first came here, dwarves do live in the southern part of Tymanther to pass on and expand their own smithing, stoneworking, whatever building craft that they have, kind of merge it with a little bit of Dragonborn touch. And so a lot of these higher class houses are this unique blend of dwarvish and Dragonborn stonework. Your house specifically, or rather, your mother's house, is on the highest point of a hill, sort of overlooking all of the other ones. which, given her position, is not very surprising. She was highly decorated, even from a young age. She is actually one of the youngest, or was one of the youngest Dragonborn to reach the rank of general when she did. You're just standing in front of your house. What do you do?
Arlo's kind of like covertly kind of like sneaking around in like I guess like the bushes or whatever, and like he just kind of stops to look at the house for a bit, and he scopes out the area to make sure that like no one's home, and then he very slowly makes his way over to it and just kind of like touches his hand to the front door and looks out at the yard, and just memories of him and Cal as little kids playing in the yard with their parents and like having little water pail fights with each other kind of flood back to him. And he kind of sighs heavily and walks back to everyone and says in like his normal voice, like, this was probably a mistake. We should get back and get going.
As you say that, Arlo, roll me perception.
17.
You say how this was probably a mistake. You're not sure if you say that because of the memories or fear of potentially being seen. You're not fully sure yourself what part of this you think was a bad idea or what you might regret. But as you look up, getting ready to head off, you see your aunt walking over to the house with one Commodra Agon.
Shit, scatter!
And that is where we shall pause our tale for now.
Hello everyone, Jordan here. We have a few plugs to shout out, as well as a few bloopers that didn't quite make it into the episode proper. So make sure you listen to the very end. If you want to support the show, follow us on our Patreon at patreon.com/agentsofdamned. We post all our episodes there a full week before they hit iTunes, Spotify, or any of the podcasting platforms you can find us on. We also have a special after show called Peek Behind the Screen, where we talk more in depth about the episode, what we think will happen next, or whatever the hell else we feel like talking about. You can also find us on Facebook and Instagram at Agents of Damned, and on Twitter at Agents of D. You can also follow our personal Twitters, me at Pokechap, Christina at Greekachu, and Katie at Missy Mystery, MYSSY Mystery. Drew is not on Twitter. We also have a website, agentsofdamned.wordpress.com, where you can also find all our episodes along with full transcriptions of each episode and personal bios of the cast. If you want to talk to us or our community at large, we have a Discord server at AOD, capital A, lowercase o, uppercase D, where you can chat, discuss theories, and submit fan art and suggestions for the show. We do ask that you keep it PG, lest we unleash our unholy wrath upon you. Don't forget to leave a review and share the show with a friend. Until next time, bye! Well, you gruesome oaf. Do you see anything that you like?
I mean, I guess there's some good stuff here, but I don't know, it's all too prissy for my taste. Yeah, I think it's more like for the everyman and doesn't sacrifice on comfort in any way.
I'm going to ignore how hurtful that comment was. Let's see. Something that is intended for any one person, but also is comfortable. I'm going to do something I normally wouldn't do and recommend a competitor. Have you thought about Black Feather Apparel?
Who that?
Black Feather Apparel is an online retailer that sells a wide variety of graphic tees.
I do like me a graphic tee.
Not only that, but they also have several hoodies that are equally as gorgeous as they are comfortable.
Alright, well, what about like my lower half? I'm glad that my upper half will be nice and comfy, but I don't want my buttock to get all chilly.
My goodness, you're so boorish. Fortunately, they also carry several different sweatpants and leggings, each as comfortable as the last.
Yeah, I guess I'll go with that. Sounds like a much better fit than your crap. Where can I find them?
My goodness, I hate you so much. You can find them at blackfeatherapparel.com. You can also find them on Facebook and Instagram under the same name. Remember, you big stupid oaf, it's blackfeatherapparel.com.
Chisa, shut up.
Oh.
Not now. Please, my mic picks up
Oh, the
everything.
baby.
I beg of you.
If this ends up making it to the final episode of everyone at home, Jordan has a little kitten named Chisao.
If the meowing didn't make it in, this is not either.
Oh, it definitely should.
Well, I edit, so
Little
no.
baby.
Oh,
So
hello.
cute, baby.
Hello. Not now, please. I'll later.
Oh, is she begging for
Small.
snuggles?
She was on my lap.
Oh.
Focus, children. Focus.
Oh, you hear the purring.
No.
She's not on my lap.
Was someone imitating purring?
No.
Katie?
No, I swear to God.
Can we get back to the podcast?
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Clone. That's a perfect word for it. Chisao!
Oh, God!
Out of here.
Yes!
Daddy's busy. Ah! I'm gonna hate editing this.
Noise!
This suck.
It was so little.
Yeah, she's
This
a
is
tiny little thing.
perfect
She's like
blooper
3
reel.
pounds.
Oh.
So small.
What was I saying?
Can the rest of the podcast just be us listening to Chisao's little noises?
No! You have a narrative to get through.
I would listen to that podcast. I was like, now welcome back to 20 minutes of soft baby cat noises.
Well, someone else could do that. Maybe that could be a later project of ours. For right now, we got a fucking D&D podcast to get through. Fuck me. May need to top off
Clone
the
is a
last
perfect
reds.
word for it.
Thank you. Chisao, shut up. God damn it. Give you love later.
I have Chelsea watch Chisao.
She's outside. Oh, and she's with the other cat, and she's pissed off Jade, so they need time alone. I'm kind of trapped with this. Shut up!
Oh my god.
You shut up too!
I just
Like,
can't.
love me, Papa, love
I want video of this baby.
Well, I can't figure out my webcam, so get over it.
You got a cell phone.
I'm not pulling out my cell phone in the middle of this. I'll do it later. God damn it, I keep losing place on where the fuck I was. Christina, where was I? Bookkeeper!
I suppose he's still alive.
Oh, right.
Oh,
This is
Okay.
one of, I believe, as of right now, 2 things that Saith is keeping from y'all.
no, I misunderstood. I thought it was somebody completely different.
Who the fuck did you think I was talking about?
Warwick Iridel.
Who?
Who that is?
The tiefling master of, the commune that Saith was born to.
He's not white. Chisao, stop it. You're not on the podcast.
Have so much fun editing this. All right, so we are talking about Asmodeus. All right, I feel a
Yes!
little better.
Fully!
This. Yep.
Who the fuck else would I be talking about?
Warwick Iridel!
I was thoroughly confused both as Christina and Wintera.
God. Yes, no.
Yeah, you fully brought up a character that, like, no one but you and Jordan knows about.
And I forgot about him.
That I honestly, that's why I was like, don't do this. Don't be like this. Like,
No. It's Asmodeus.
I feel like this is
Okay.
arguably worse.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah, the King of the Nine Hells, believe it or not, yes, a worse thing to have 12 clones of in the world, 2 of which you've met.
Yep. No wonder they're kind of stabby.
Yeah, a little bit.
That is fair enough.
Shiso, stop it! You guys are not helping!
It's just so cute.
Yes, I know, my cat's adorable. Can we move on, please?
Small squeak baby.
We are 40 minutes in, and I'm pretty sure half of this needs to be cut.
Oh, definitely. You've got like
Including
20 minutes
Faith
of usable
vomiting.
material. Oh, that has to stay in.
Oh no, I'm cranking the volume on that. You kidding me? Gonna put that on loop.
Yes.
Turn it into a techno song.
Oh no.
Alright, so you
The
got
blooper reel for this is just Chisao meowing and all of us going, oh!
That was kind of my plan.
Kitten bloopers.
Anywho, what's a Wintera thought?
The musical food, the more I eat.
Yeah, the Wintera thought is, I wonder how everyone's knees taste. That's the Wintera thought always.
That is just what is playing in her head constantly.
It syncs up perfectly to the jug band music in fucking Sniff's head.